All right, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see what we can do here today. Welcome. Please, if you're finding the channel now, please subscribe. Give a like on the screen because we are giving a lot of educational features here, right? We are trading price action here. Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe, share to others so they could find the stream. So yesterday we had a sell on gold. And the idea was for us to correct the Asian section move, right? We corrected it and even had this NFP move here corrected, right? And we went further down today. So let's see what we can do here. Let's do a fresh analysis on gold. Let's go on the weekly. On the weekly, we created a resistance here at 1803 area, right? Which was the area that we were concerned for yesterday. And we have a support here on the weekly. And this weekly candle is currently bearish, heading towards the support to the downside. Let's go on the daily. On the daily, the resistance there stands strong. We could even adjust our supports down to this area, but we could keep an eye here as we have a resistance here which can, looking to the left hand side here, I think we could identify this area as a potential rejection area, which we'll see in the smaller time frames. Let's go down to the 4 hours. The 4 hours, we've created a support. This is the most recent support on the 4 hours time frame. We've created a support in this area here, and also we'll have a resistance created here on the 4 hours time frame. So what we're doing right now is to identify exactly where we'll be taking our buys and where we'll be taking our sales from, right? On the 1 hour, also this area is an area of interest to us, right? So the Asian section was this retest we had from the area of breakout, right? So looking at the 1 hour time frame, let's see this on the 30 minutes time frame. Yeah, on the 30 minutes time frame too, I think we have another resistance here to the upside. We have another resistance right there, but we will use the 1 hour time frame here. We'll be using the 1 hour time frame. We need to have a closure below here. Looking to the left, we'll have a clean move, and we expect volume to break this region and keep pushing price down to 1758 level, right? So we could say we'll wait for sales below here. And closure, right? And also for us to take our buys, I think the buys, I'm not really much comfortable with the buys yet, but the buys has to come above this 4 hours area here. For me to think of buys, we need to break above here. So let's change this color here to identify it on the smaller time frames. Yes, so I think taking our buys can come up here. So let's keep buys above. Conclusion. So this is what I wait for here today on gold. Let me make this bigger. Then this is our no trade range. Okay, let's call it range. So we're not going to be touching gold in this range. Let's look at GBP JPY. Let's remove all analysis here. The weekly has been ranging so hard. Yesterday we identified our resistance to the upside, and we also have a support down here on the weekly time frame. So let's go to the daily time frame. On the daily too, we have the same area on the weekly as our resistance, and we'll have the support down here. So, and this yesterday's candle closed a very strong bullish candle, right? So, and this current daily candle have broken the high, so I think we should continue up towards 168.00 area. So let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. On the 4 hours, we're currently sitting at a resistance, right? And we'll have this other minor resistance up here that we need to be very mindful of, right? So we're sitting right now on a very strong resistance on the 4 hours time frame, and we could identify that we'll have a support here. We'll have a support here. So all we have to do right now is to go down to the smaller time frames to identify what we could do on GBP/JPY, right? So looking at the 1 hour, we are approaching this area here. So I think we could remove this because I wouldn't want to touch GJ in this area here. We'll have this rejection here. Looking to the left, we'll have this rejection. We have this one also, and we also have this rejection here, right? So I wouldn't want to touch GJ in this area. And since we are bullish right now, we are bullish on the high time frames, I think waiting for buys above here, it's better on GBP/JPY. Let's identify this on the smaller time frame. Let's go to 30 minutes time. So 30 minutes, we have a resistance here, and we'll have another one to the upside, and we'll have these wicks that have tried to move up initially, but we couldn't break above this area. So we need to keep an eye in this area now, right? Our buys should come above here. Buys above. Conclusion. So on the sales, let's go back to the 4 hours to identify how can we take sales on GBP JPY. We don't really know how candles are going to react in this area, because that is where we are hoping to buy GJ from, right? So for our sales, I think if GJ breaks this 4 hours support here, we should have a move to continue down. So let's identify the support here on the smaller time frames. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. We could, okay, the sales is really very tricky right now because we are in this strong bullish days, right? Yesterday's daily candle closed bullish, and today has broken the highs of the previous daily candle. So sales right now is going to be very tricky, and I wouldn't want to sell below that 4 hours time frame. But judging from the smaller time frames, this range here is a concern to me. So we'll see how the sales print out. For now, I'm not looking for sales, I'm looking for closure above here for me to buy GJ, right? So right now I can't identify anything on the sales unless we break or close below here, right? Or eventually close below this area, which is the 4 hours break of support. So that's what we're waiting for here today. Let's wait to see how GJ closes above here. If we can get a close above here, then we are good to go at that point. If you're joining, please subscribe. Put a like on the screen so that you could always find us when we are online. On gold, we're waiting for closure below here or closure above for buys, and we're expecting volume to push price up above this minor resistance that we'll have here to the left hand side. Closure below here for sales, and we'll have a clean move towards 1758 100 area. So we'll see. All right. GJ is gradually moving up here. Please give a like on the screen, subscribe as you're joining. GJ, we're waiting for closure above here. You could rewind the stream to check on the analysis as we've done it earlier before now. So let's look at what we'll have here for news today. Okay, we don't really have any news to be careful of today. We had AUD 4:30 a.m. I think that is not supposed to, it is already gone. So right now I think we're going to have a very clear day here today. No news today, and we are expecting tomorrow we are expecting cards restatements, Euro holiday on Thursday, and PPA on Friday. So I think we're going to be having a very clear day here today. We don't have any news that's going to affect the market. So what we have to do here today is just wait for closure below here and buys above here, closure too. For GJ, I'm waiting for GJ buys on closure above 167.327, right? As you're joining, please subscribe, put a like on the screen so that others could find the stream. Alright, candles are closing right now. We'll need to see GJ close above 167.327, and gold will need to see a close below here, right? Because right now, if we're closing back in this range here, I don't think we'll be doing anything on either of the pairs. We'll need to have a clearer break out of these zones. GJ need to close above here. If we don't get a closure above here, I'm not interested in buying GJ yet. Same here on gold. My sales are going to come below here on closure, right? So we'll see how candles will react to this area. So this is the 7 a.m. candle starting up right now. We've seen volume come at this point several times. We've seen volume come on this 7 a.m. candle. So we'll see what we'll do here today. So GJ closed above this 30 minutes rejection that we'll have here, but I'm still not comfortable to buy GJ yet, because if we buy GJ on the break of the highs, we'll have this area here that we don't know what price is going to do here, right? Looking on the 4 hours time frame, yeah, we'll have, okay, is the break of the 4 hours highs, right? So you'll see what volume we'll do here with GJ. But we'll see that 4 hours has been rejecting this area. This 4 hours candle tried, it could not. The previous 4 hours candle tried, it could not. And we'll have this resistance to the left hand side here. So waiting for a closure above there is preferable for GJ. If it moves, it moves. But we've seen volume at this point, so we could actually break out from this area and continue to the upside. But we'll wait for, ideally we should wait for a closure above here before we could actually touch GJ at this point. So we need to be very careful here now, right? So we expect the 7:30 candle to close above here, and we'll continue to the upside. But right now we can do nothing on GJ, right? Same on gold. We'll need a closure below here before we could think of what to do. Right now we just have to sit and wait until we understand what the market is doing. If the market gives us what we understand, what we've seen, definitely we are going to be executing our trades here today. But right now, it is not doing anything that we know. We have a resistance to the upside here. We also have these wicks, so we need to wait for closure above here. So we're waiting for gold right now. We are not seeing any volume in the market at this point. We're waiting for volume. With the 7:30 a.m. candle, I think we could break below here since the trend is bearish on gold. Waiting for a closure below here before we could sell gold. We'll have a clean move here towards 1758 area. So wait for closure below before we could actually take any trade. On GJ2, GJ we're waiting for the same thing, buys above here. I'm not really looking for sales because the trend is bullish and we need to stay on the trend unless we see otherwise, right? Looking on the 4 hours time frame, I'm only looking to sell GJ below the break of this 4 hour support that we'll have here, right? So where it is sitting right now, I only want to buy GJ because that is what the trend is actually saying at this point. Though we'll have this resistance to the upside on the 4 hours time frame, so we need to see how candles are going to react in this area. If we get any 30 minutes candle to close above here, I think we should continue up towards the weekly and the daily rejection that we'll have to the upside here. So that is our idea for now. We'll have to sit and wait to see GJ close above here and gold closure below here too before we could actually act on anything here today. So if you're coming, please like the stream, subscribe so that others can find the stream. Leave a comment on the screen. So this is the most difficult part of trading, sitting and waiting without doing anything. But that is how to stay disciplined, right? You have to wait for the market to print what you understand, what you've seen before, and when that happens, you execute, and at that point, you shouldn't have any issues because you've seen this happen several times and it keeps happening. So the subsequent times when you see it again, you have to actually act on it, right? But when you don't understand anything, you don't see what the market is actually doing, it's doing what it wants to do, it is not printing in the way you understand. At that point, you just have to sit down and be patient, right? So right now, that's what we're doing, waiting for closure above here. I will see how candles will react in this 4 hours zone here. Okay, we have some volume coming in the market right now, but we'll still wait for closure. We have to wait for candles to close above the area that we're looking for buys, right? 15 minutes candle is closing in few seconds. Okay, we'll have a new 15 minutes candle right now, but we'll still have this rejection to the upside that we need to be careful of. So right now I'm not looking to do anything on GG. We're just 5 pips from the next rejection, so we'll have to, ideally we should wait for a closure above here before touching on GJ. Gold is just ranging here, so there's nothing on gold. We'll have to wait for closure above and closure below here before we could actually execute on anything right now. Okay, GJ is pushing right now, but I'm not touching GJ. I will need to see a closure. I want to see a closure on GJ, because to see how these candles initially tried to move up to, right? Candles tried to move up here but rejected, closed back inside the range. Same thing happened there. Candles moved up but closed back inside the range. So, and we've not had any single candle that have actually closed above here. So it is ideal to wait for this candle to close above here before we could actually do anything on JJ. If it keeps moving, it keeps moving. If we're breaking these wicks here to the left hand side, that could be an impulse entry on JJ, but impulse entries are very risky. I need to see a closure. I need to see a closure. What we can do also on JJ is breaking of these wicks. We could continue up, but if this candle should close back inside this range, you have to just close out your trade at that point. About 13 pips inside the range, so that could be a stop loss. So JJ is breaking the wicks right now, but I really want to wait for this candle to close. But it's breaking these wicks, so I think let's see. So it's good to wait. Let's wait for this 30 minutes candle that has just 5 minutes to close. If it closes above here, then we've had a closure. We'll wait for the retest of the next candle to have a bottom wick. Once we have a bottom wick, break the highs, we should continue up at that point. But right now, I don't want to really touch DJ. Even though that we've broken these wicks to the left hand side, ideally we should continue with volume, because this is actually pre-London volume at this point. And we're breaking this highs here, but ideally I want to see a candle close above here, because we've not had any single candle that have closed above this 167,300 area. So if this candle should close above here, ideally we've gotten what we want to see on GJ. We just need the next candle to have a little wick to the downside, break the highs, and we should continue up at that point. And that is where I will be executing my buys on GJ from, right? So let's keep this very close. We'll have 4 minutes for this candle to close. If it keeps moving, no problem, it's okay. But if it closes where it is right now, it is good for us, because the 7:30 a.m. candle is going to have a wick to the downside, break the highs, and we could have a good trade at that point. Gold is still ranging. There is nothing on gold right now. There is nothing on gold right now. We are waiting for candles to close above here or continue on the bearish trend we've had since yesterday by closing below here for us to continue. Looking to the left hand side, we'll have a clean move towards 1758 area, right? So we'll have to wait here. We'll keep an eye on GJ. GJ has just 3 minutes to close. I have to wait. We have to wait for 3 minutes to see what we can do on GJ. I think we could continue up today towards at least our first target on GJ here should be 167,600 area. $167,600 area, and that will be about 14 pips from there, or we could actually keep it up towards 167,700 area. So let's see. The 1 hour time frame will have this area here, but I'm expecting volume to break and continue because we've closed above here, so I expect volume from the London section to actually keep pushing price up towards this area here. But the way GJ is moving right now is moving so fast. It's moving so fast and it's leaving our zone so seriously. We were waiting for a closure, but I talked about breaking of these wicks here for us to continue up. But I have to wait for GJ to close. I really have to wait for GJ to close because we'll still have a comfortable move to the upside. It's always okay to wait for what you want to see. If it doesn't happen, then you sit and wait, right? If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, like the stream so that others could find what we're doing here. The stream started yesterday, and with your like and your subscription, we will actually keep growing at that point. So we have 1 minute on GJ to close. We have 1 minute. The worst thing that could happen on GJ is when the 7:30 a.m. candle moves and doesn't have a top wick, a bottom wick first, right? But what I've seen on GJ several times is that with the volume, it can just keep pushing. But we pray we'll have a bottom wick, because checking right now, we have about 36 pip stop loss. So that is very big, and I wouldn't want to actually use that. So if the next candle can just wick down a little bit, wick down towards 10 pips to 15 pips, I think we could have a good trade at that point, and our stop loss would be very good. We won't have this almost 40 pips stop loss here on GJ. We broke that wick there and we continue to the upside. So let's see, we'll have 30 seconds for GJ to close. Well, I wish we didn't move this, we didn't push so much to the upside. Gold is still raging here, so let's put our eye on GJ. Okay, we need the bottom wick right now. We've closed above. We need this candle to move down good. This is a good bottom wick. So if we break the highs, I think we should continue to the upside. We just need to break the highs at this point. But now I won't have my stop loss down here. I'll just keep it in the middle of this area here. But I want this candle to have a better lower wick. I want it to make a better lower wick to give me a tangible stop loss. If not, if we break these highs, I'll keep my stop loss very tight there, right? If we break the highs where it is right now, I'll keep my stop loss really very tight. But I want this candle to at least push down towards this area here. Let me put a line there. If we can get a wick down towards 167,400, I will love it. Then before we break the highs, but if we break the highs right now, I will keep my stop loss very tight in this area because we're breaking the 30-minute highs. We closed above and the volume is really there right now. We could just keep pushing, so we shouldn't even break its own lows again, right? Okay, we're about to break the highs. Let's see. And I've seen spread is really very high right now. We've not broken it yet. We need to wait. We've not broken it yet. We need to see a very clear break above here. Yo, Ethan, welcome. Welcome, Ethan. Welcome. I'm looking to buy GJ here, but I'm expecting a lower wick towards 167,400 area. But with volume right now, if we break above here, I think GJ should continue to the upside. I'm expecting 167,600 area. So the way it's moving right now, I actually love it. We are making a lower wick. So if we break the highs again, I think GJ will continue moving to the upside. The moment we break the highs, I will take my buys from there and I will keep my stop loss within this area here. But I love the lower wick we are making right now. It is very ideal with GJ. We need a lower wick at least to give us a reasonable stop loss, right? Because if we buy here, ideally our stop loss should be this candle's lows with about 36 pips, and it's too much for me on GJ. It's very much. So I want this candle to make a lower wick at least towards the 9-10 pips, 15 pips maximum, then break the highs. We could continue up. Gold is still ranging here. Gold is still ranging here. So Ethan, what are you looking at? What pairs are you looking at? What do you trade? The stream started yesterday, so please, if you're joining, subscribe, leave a like on the screen so that others could find us. Comments and tell us what you're looking at. Tell us what you're trading today. Let's talk about it together. Let's analyze it together. Good. I expected this bottom wick. This is what I was looking for on GJ. So if we break the highs right there now, we should continue up towards 167,600 at least. We've had a good bottom wick on the 30 minutes time frame. We just need to break the highs right now and we should continue to the upside. Let us know what you're looking at. Comment the pair you're looking at. Okay, I could remove this line here now because we've made a bottom wick, because I only put this line here to identify I'm waiting for GJ to make a lower wick first, and we've gotten the lower wick. So if we break the highs again, then we need to continue to the upside. Yo, Ethan, I think I recognize you. Yeah, bro, welcome, bro. How are you, bro? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, GJ just need to break the highs. The moment we break these highs, I will have my buys executed and expecting volume to keep pushing GJ towards 167,600. So we just have to sit and wait to see what GJ does. We have about 30 minutes to London Open. Gold is still ranging here, nothing on gold yet. If you have any question, you can put it in the chat. Let us know what you're looking at. Okay, we've had a 16 pip move on the lower wick on GJ. We'll now need to break these highs to continue to the upside. But let's keep in mind that we don't expect this candle to close back inside this range. Looking to the left hand side, we'll have this resistance here, right? So we don't expect this candle to close back inside this range, because if we're closing back inside this range without breaking the high to continue up, that means this move to the upside here, this whole move to the upside is a fake out, right? So we needed to respect this area, break the highs for us to continue to the upside. Thank you, Energy. Thank you. Please leave a like on the screen, subscribe. We are always live London section every day, 7:30 a.m. The stream started here yesterday. We had a very good trade. We had a 70 pips on good sell yesterday, which actually continued to run for the rest of the day too. So here today we are here again trying to do the same thing. We're waiting for GJ buys. We've closed above this candle. It's currently, we are believing, is making a lower wick right now. So if we break the highs with volume of the London section, I think we're approaching London in 20 minutes time. So we could break these highs and continue to the upside. On gold is ranging. We don't want to trade gold in this range. We don't want to trade gold in this range. The 1 hour is either we break these highs to correct the move from yesterday, right? And our first target on gold here should be 1786 area, right? On gold, that should be our target. So for the sales, our target here is 1758 area on the sales. But right now we don't want to touch gold in this range, right? We don't want to touch gold in this range. So okay, I think we could, if we place a buy stop here, I really want to, okay, I think no, I have to watch to see how the market reacts, because spread can just take us in here, right, without breaking the highs. So let's wait at this point. We don't want this candle to close back inside this range. If we do that, that means we've had a fake out and we'll have to wait for London Open at that point. We trade very pure price action. We don't use indicators, we don't use robots or anything. Price action is you understanding what candles are doing, right? Understanding what the principles of candlesticks. Once you're able to do that, you are good to go, right? Indicators, they don't work, they are always lagging. But once you understand price action, what did the previous candle do, right? What is the current candle doing in relative to the previous one? That is all you need to understand at that point. So GJ is pushing down right now. So you see, even though we broke this wicks to the left hand side, I didn't want to take those impulse entries because I've seen GJ actually have a very big retracement, which actually we are seeing right now. So I was expecting this to happen, but I wouldn't want GJ to close back inside this range. If we close back inside this range, that means this whole move to the upside was a fake out, and we could sell GJ if we close below here. Because looking at the 4 hours, we'll have a very strong resistance on the 4 hours, right? We'll have this strong resistance here to the on the 4 hours time frame. See what happened there? We moved up. The next candle was a bearish candle, automatically creating a resistance right there. Candles came up again, could not close above. This candle moved up, could not close above, right? This previous 4 hours candle that we see here could not still close above. So we need to see what this 4 hours candle is going to do, right? Now, the 30-minute time frame closing above there is a signal that okay, we are supposed to continue to the upside, right? But we'll have this minor area here that we should be careful of on the 4 hours time frame. See, this 4 hours actually got to that area and it's rejecting it, so we need to be very careful right now on GJ. So if we close back inside here, that means we've had a fake out. I think 15 minutes is about to close in 15 seconds, and 15 minutes is closing back inside here. So at this point on GJ, we could say we've had a fake out on the 15 minutes time frame. So this next 15 minutes time frame can just wake up a little bit, continue down, but we need to identify that on the 30 minutes time frame. So right now on GJ, nothing. This is exactly why we need to sit patiently and wait for candles to print in the manner that we understand, right? So on the 15 minutes time frame, we could actually say that we've identified that this move to the upside was a fake out, even though that we are still in this strong push to the upside, right? We'll have we moved this way, right? So it's ideal to also form a new support there for us to continue to the upside. But we'll have to wait. So that is why I didn't take the buys. But if we still respect this area here, I think our stop loss is not very big. We have about 26 pip stop loss. Ideally, I want 15 minutes candles to close. Okay, this 15 minutes candle close without a bottom wick, right? So we could still have a move to the upside, because when candles close without a bottom wick or a top wick, the next candle doesn't have a range to continue in that same direction. But let's see if we get a 30 minutes close back inside here, right? Then at that point our buys above here is now invalid. We have to wait for candles to close above this area that we are actually rejecting, and we have about 30 minutes to London Open, so we'll see what the London candle can do. Gold is still in this range here, so we have to wait for gold. We're not touching gold in this range. We'll wait for buys above here and sells below here. So you see how this 1 hour candle is closing, right? See this 1 hour rejection here. That means we are still rejecting this 4 hours resistance that we'll have here. we are rejecting it, so we need to be very careful for a 1 hour candle to have this huge rejection from the upside. So we could actually bounce off from here and continue to move down. So identifying that, right, if we'll see. I really don't want to take sales on GJ. I really don't want to take sales because the trend is overall bullish, right? Look at this trend here on the 30 minutes time frame. The trend is overall bullish, right? So taking sales on GJ right now can be so risky, but I will see. We'll see how candles are printing before we could actually do something here on GJ. Let's go on the 4 hours time frame. On the 4 hours time frame, selling GJ can be better below here, right? So I think we could say just below on closure, right? So for us to take sales, we need to really understand that the market is really going to continue down, right? But we'll see in this area too. If this candle closes below here, we could actually take sales on the next candle to 29 pips to fill this area here and eventually continue down. Let's see. But have it in mind that for sales to play out properly on GJ, we need to close below this area here. So this is going to be a very risky sell, but the sell idea above in this area will be that we are rejecting on the 4 hours time frame, and we are also rejecting on the 1 hour time frame. So let's see how this 1 hour closes, and the sales will be the next 1 hour candle to move to the upside, break these lows for us to continue down. And also we have 10 minutes to 10 minutes to London Open, right? We need to be careful. We shouldn't be most of the losses I've had in trading sorry, recently is taking a trade before London Open, right? 5-10 minutes before London Open. So we want to sit tight at this point and wait for GJ. Wait for London Open to come here. So we'll see. So this is why it's very good to always wait, right? Don't buy because you see the candles are pushing to the upside. No, right? Does it align with what you understand? Is it showing you what you've seen before, right? Those are the things you should consider before you could actually take a trade at that point. So I've seen GJ move like this before, so I didn't want to take the buys at that point. I needed a bottom wick first, but now this bottom wick is really pushing back to close back inside the range that we are breaking out from, right? So we'll see if this is a strong resistance for us to continue to the downside, judging from the higher time frames. Because if the 1 hour closes with a very small body here, right? If the next 1 hour candle breaks the lows there, we should continue down towards 166,900. On gold is still ranging, nothing here on gold. There is no news today that we should be careful of. We don't have any news today. We have a very clean day here, so we just need to wait for London Open to see what candles are going to be doing, right? Gold is still here. Gold is still ranging here. This is why it's good to wait. This is why it's good to wait. We were looking for buys, but at this point it is very clear that the move to the upside was an obvious fake out, right? This is the areas that we've rejected several times and we moved to the downside, right? So if this 1 hour candle closes inside here, we could actually take ourselves from this area. But the idea for the sales is for us to fill this 26-30 pips range, right, with London Open, right? But we expect the London Open to wick up first before breaking the lows, and we need to close inside here. We need to close inside. So our buys automatically, we need to move these buys above here, right? Because this is where we are rejecting now. So if we close back inside here with the higher time frames rejections from resistance area, we expect GJ to continue moving down with volume. So let's see. We have 3 minutes for this candle to close, and we also have 3 minutes for London Open. So we need to see what London Open will do. I'm not going to be taking any sell before London Open. I will need to see and understand what the London Open is going to do in relative to the chart here. We have 2 minutes for this candle to close. You will actually escape a lot of pressures in the market when you allow candles to close, right? When you allow candles to close, it will save you a lot of stress. Allow candles to close, because when they don't close, you are actually taking impulse entries at those points. You're taking impulse entries and they are very, very risky. So this candle have broken the lows of the previous 30 minutes bullish candle. So we've identified this move to the upside at this point. This whole move to the upside here was a fake out, right? Was a fake out. So closing back below here, right? London Open, we expect it to move, to push up, break the lows. Our sales will be taken from there to retest these lows here. So at this point, we have to wait. We have 50 seconds to London Open. The last thing I'm going to do here is taking a sell or taking a buy at London Open, right? Volume can be so much that it will just move in an opposite direction, and that wouldn't be good for you. So always stay out of market open. That is what I've seen several times. Stay out of market open. That first push from market open, right? This candle can just open here right now, doesn't have a top wick, just break the lows and just continue going down. It is fine, it's okay, right? I'm not in a pressure to take a trade. I'm not looking to have form of buying or anything or selling, right? So I'll need it to do what I want it to do. Okay, so this is London Open right now. I will expect this candle to move up, but we are not moving up right now. If we get a top wick, I just hope we get a top wick first. Let's make a top wick. So we are getting a top wick right now. We close back inside this range, so we need to see. We are having a top wick right now. If we break its own lows again, right? If we break these lows again, we should continue down towards 166,900 area. So we've made a top wick right now. We could assume this is a top wick because this is a very high volume time. This is about 16 pips top wick. So if we break these lows here now, I will take my sells, but this sells is actually a very risky one because it's a counter trend trade, right? It's a very counter trend trade. But the idea is that we have a resistance on the 4 hours and on the 1 hour time frame. So if we break the lows, here again, I will have my sells at that point. You just need to break the lows, break its own lows. Initially I was waiting for the break of these lows, but the candle just moved down with London Open, which I was expecting this top wick, so I didn't want to sell it yet. But if we break its own lows now, we should drive down with volume towards 166,900. Gold is still ranging here. I don't want to really touch gold here. Okay, we are about to have a sell here. We just need a little push down. We just need a little push to break its own lows. If we break its own lows, this is where I will execute my sells from. And my stop loss will be at the highs that we've made here. So right now, I entered my sell. I entered my sell right here. I have a sell position running at this point, and my stop loss is kept above here. My targets, my first target on these sells is in this area here. So if we move 10 pips on this trade, I'll move my stop loss to break even. And also we need to think of how we could manage our risk here too, because when trading, risk management is very important. If candles are not moving in the way you want them to move, how are you planning to manage your risk at that point? The reason why I took these sells here is because of the rejections from the higher time frames, right? Looking on the 1 hour time frame, we've broken the lows there, so I expect GJ to continue down towards the support that we'll have here. So we are 4 pips up right now. Gold is still ranging, nothing on gold. As long as this candle has made a top wick, right, I wouldn't expect this candle to go back to its own highs again. If we go back to those highs again, then at that point our sells is invalid, right? And also how I want to manage risk here is risk management here now is really very tight, but ideally the 5 minutes candle should not close bullish. If we have a green 5 minutes candle closing here, I think I will exit this trade. If we have any 5 minutes candle closing, what I will do, I will not exit. What I will do, I will close 50%, right? If I have a 5 minutes candle closing bullish, I will close 50%. Or if we have a 5 minutes candle closing above this resistance and this support that we have here, if we have any 5 minutes candle closing above this support here, I will close my entire position at that point. Because ideally we expect this candle to continue down, because we are rejecting from the higher time frames. Looking at the 4 hours, see how this 4 hours candle is rejecting this whole areas here, right? So we need this 4 hours candle to break its own lows, and we'll continue down. Looking at the 1 hour too, 1 hour closed a very strong bearish candle inside our zone, right? Inside this area here. So ideally we made a top wick first. We don't expect this candle to go back to its own highs. If we do that, that means we actually got caught in this counter trend range, right? We are trending bullish, but the idea for the sales that we took was we are rejecting a very strong resistance on the higher time frames, right? And the smaller time frames closing inside those areas, we actually confirmed ourselves for us to retest this area here. So if we have a 5 minutes closing strong bullish candle, I'm going to close 50% of my trade. We need to manage risk on this. Or if this 5 minutes candle closes above this support we'll have here to the left hand side, I will close my entire position. So the way we are closing right now, we are closing really very strong above. Risk management is very important in trading. If we close above this support to the left hand side, I'll close everything. If we close, we are closing a green candle, so the next candle can just wick up and take us out. So let's see. Or thinking of it, 15 minutes candle has 5 minutes to close. We could also manage our risk based on the 15 minutes candle. If any 15 minutes candle closes green here, because 5 minutes is a very weak time frame, if any 15 minutes candle closes green here, I'll close my entire position. Gold is still ranging. We're about 7 pips from our entry point. Let's see how the 5 minutes closed. 5 minutes closed below support. So we closed below support. Even though we closed green, ideally we should manage our risk here, but this is a 5 minutes time frame. The next 5 minutes time frame can just push down. So let's see. But if this 5 minutes candle should break the highs of this previous 5 minutes candle, I'll close 50%. If you break the highs here, I'll close 50% of my trade. Because that will be the 15 minutes closing as a green candle, right? Managing your risk, don't give your losses a chance. Don't assume it will reverse. Always look for a way to manage your risk. Once you do that, then you're good to go at that point. That means that your next win is going to actually cover up the losses that you had from the previous one, right? Because you managed your risk. If you are going to lose $100, because you manage risk, you will lose less than that. You can lose 50, you could lose 30, you could lose 40. You've saved something out of how much you were willing to risk, right? Because you managed your risk. You understood what the candles are doing. They are not working in your favor. We have a sell down here, but we are actually very much above, though not close to our stop loss. But how do you manage the trade so it doesn't hit your stop loss, right? So we're going to do that. If this candle breaks the highs of this 5 minutes candle, we'll close 50%, because that will be the 15 minutes closing at that point as a green candle. So we can't have sells on a counter trend and candles are closing in our opposite direction, in an opposite direction. So you need to actually manage risk at that point, right? You have to manage your risk. So this candle just need to break these highs. We'll close 50%, right? Okay, I think we are breaking the highs right there. So right here I'll close 50% of my trade. I close 50% right there, and if this 15 minutes candle closes, if it closes above here, I'll close my entire position. If we close back above here on 15 minutes, I will close everything. You see, GJ, see how we're rejecting that area, still showing us that we can keep moving to the downside. So right now we're not closing above there. But we've closed 50% already, so we'll still see. At least what we've done is that we've reduced our risk, because candles are moving in an opposite direction. So we've reduced our risk. If we break above here again, I'll close another 50%. If this 5 minutes should break above here, I'll close another 50%. Because I don't like, okay, we're breaking above there. So right here I closed under 50%, right? If we break the highs, then we will hit our stop loss at that point. But if we don't break these highs, I'm thinking if we break its own lows, since we got to the heights, if we don't break it and break its own lows, I think I might want to add back the positions that I've closed, because I've seen this happen several times. We're still rejecting this area. So I might think of adding back my positions if we break these lows to fill this area and continue down. Always look to see how you could manage your risk. That is the idea in trading. You see, I didn't have my entire position running on these losses here. I've managed my risk so that if I have a win, my win is going to be higher than my losses, right? That is the idea in trading. Gold is still in this range, nothing happening here right now. If we break the highs, then I'm out of this trade. London volume here today didn't do anything. London didn't do anything at all here. So we'll see. I might look to add back my positions, the ones I've closed, if we break its own lows here. If we break these lows here, I will think of adding back my position for us to keep moving down. Because ideally, we are still rejecting this upside. And that is the last time I would give this trade a second chance, right? I only give my trade a second chance if it's in this scenario. I won't be chasing my losses. I've closed 50%. I've understood how much I was willing to risk. I reduced the losses actually. So right now, if we break these lows here, will be me giving my trade a second chance because we're still rejecting this upside here. See how this candle closed? We did not close above that area. This candle went up. So if we break the lows there, I will add back my position. So right there, I added back my sells again. I added back my sells here, and my stop loss is still where it is. I'll keep my stop loss up here. So that would be 2 trades a day, right? What I added was the positions that I closed initially. So my stop loss is still up there. So now if we get stopped out in both of them, then that was it. We'll call it a day here. We shouldn't be risking much. Always risk 1 to 2% of your account. So if this trade doesn't work out here, we'll know that we're going to call it a day here today. So I've seen this happen on GG several times. I've seen this happen countless times. So on the added position, we are running about 4 pips right now. So let's see. Our target is still down here. Our target is still down here. If we win this position now we have, you see that we added back the positions that we closed, right? And we still have some positions running from our entry point from the previous trade. This sells, the second sales was taken as a result of what I've seen before, right? As a result of what I've seen before, so we could easily fill this week here, break the lows, and continue to the downside. So I've seen this happen on GG several times, and that is the reason. That is the only reason why I decided to give my trade a second chance. So if for any other reason this trade doesn't play out here, we'll call it a day, come back tomorrow and find the same ideas, right? So we'll see how this trade actually runs now. The 30 minutes has 7 minutes to close, so we'll see. So I'll be right back. We have 6 minutes. I'll be right back. This trade has taken quite a long time, but we'll see. So we are back on both of our entries. The second entry, we are actually running about 4 pips right now on the second entry. So we are hoping that we get to fill this entire area here. On gold, nothing. See, gold has been in this range that we are not willing to take any trade on. Very nice. We are pushing right now. Our second entry, we are running very nicely. We are running about 11 pips on the second entry, right? We are running 11 pips. And on the first entry, we are running 6 pips on the 2 entries, so we're in profit right now. It's good to see what you've understood in the charts and you act accordingly, right? We really manage our risk up here. We didn't want to risk everything, though we didn't come close to our stop loss area, right? We didn't come to our stop loss area, but we manage our risk. So we learned 2 things here today: how not to give our losses a chance and how to actually maximize our profits from it by giving our trade a second chance. So we are running in profit in both entries right now, and if we fill this whole area here, we are going to cover up the losses that we had from the 50% that we closed, right? And we'll even have more. That is the idea in trading. Manage your risk, know how much you're willing to risk, know how you can reduce even the amount that you are willing to risk. If you're willing to risk $100, how can you lose less than $100 in that trade? Once you're able to understand that, you are good to go, right? So you could decide to go and break even right now, but I really want to hold this towards 166,843. You could actually break even, or you could bring your stop loss at this entry here. I think we should bring our stop loss to the entry from the first position. That is ideal. We should bring our stop loss to the second position, yes. So we should bring our stop loss there, because we don't expect the next candle to wake up so much to that area. We expect it to just move a little bit up, then drop to the downside. We're still in profit in both positions, right? So we have 4 seconds for the 30 minutes candle to close. So now we've closed on the 30 minutes candle, so I expect this next 30 minute candle to break these lows here and fill this entire area here. At 15 pips, I'll close half of my profits and leave the rest to run. We are running 12 pips right now on the first position, 8 pips on the second position, 13 pips right now. So let's see, can we fill this area here? You could make your trade a risk-free at this point. You can actually put your stops at break even. You could secure something because we are 13 pips up. Okay, we are 15 pips up right now, 16 pips up. So ideally we should close 50% here. So I close 50% right there. And my stop loss right now on the both positions are on break even. So this is the trade we took. You see how we managed our risk. We actually got to our TP1 here. We got to our TP1 here. So let's see what candles can do here. So we reached our final TP on both positions. So ideal, this trade was a winner. We understood what the market was doing and we acted accordingly, right? Gold here is still ranging, nothing on gold, nothing on gold. So GJ, let's see if we could continue down. we actually hit our targets. Our target was here. So if we continue going down here now, it is running on break even and we are good to go. So if you took this trade, congratulations. We managed our risk. We gave our trade a second chance because we have seen this happen, because I have seen this happen several times, right? That is the only reason why I gave my chance and my trade a second chance at this area here, because I've seen it happen several times, right? I've seen it happen several times. We never got to our stop loss because we didn't break the highs there. We broke its own lows. We are supposed to continue down at that point. So we are running 26 pips on our second position, and we are running about 18 pips on the second one, on the first one actually, sorry. So this trade was way to go. We had a very nice trade. We had a very nice trade on GJ, and we are running 33 pips right now. 33 pips right now. Can we get 50 pips on GJ? Can we get 50 pips? 35 pips, 35 pips, let's go. Can we get 40? Can we get 40? 36, 37, 38 pips. So this was the trade today. This was the trade today. Please, if you're finding the stream, please give a like on the screen. If you're finding the stream, give a like. We are here every day, London section. The stream started here yesterday. We are hoping to continue for the rest of the time, right? So see you tomorrow, London section. We had a very good trade here today. We are running very nicely, 40 pips right now, 41 pips right now. So see you tomorrow, London section, 7:30 a.m. Please like the stream, subscribe, leave a comment so that others could actually find what we're doing here. Leave a like on the screen, subscribe. See you tomorrow, London section, same time, same place. Have a nice day and take it easy. Don't overtrade, don't over risk. Have a nice time.